bullet eater. What the? Bullet eater. Mr. Trumpet. Yeah. That's crazy.
How about a little impromptu concert?
I don't know what this sounds like. Seven.
I knew you couldn't hold your liquor.
Okay, fine. I'll do
warn
this
you
later.
too.
Let's see how you handle a stroke of genius like this.
What the hell? You're still a cowgirl. I'm a cowboy.
Let's see how you handle a stroke of genius like.
Evening, Jesse. Is it evening?
Welcome, Miss March. Who might these be?
These two are my friends. As for the man lying on the ground,
Man?
he's a scaredy cat who fainted from fright.
That was a child.
I see. Another poor guy who accidentally ended up here. There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream.
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. This man has had quite the shock. Could you help me find a Halovian lady, March?
A Halovian lady?
That must be Robin. She's all...
Huh? Robin? But I thought she... Oh, right.
Misha is about to take us to her to find out what happened.
We met some stowaways in the residential area. I heard that places like Dreamflux Reef are scattered throughout the memory zone of Asdana, like islands in the ocean. I also heard that when Dreamflux Reef took shape, it was the center of all dreamscapes in Penacony.
Oh.
If that's true, it's no wonder there are so many similarities between this place and the Sweet Dream.
Himeko must be gathering information. Let's hurry up.
I hear treasure chest.
Not bad. How many credits is this worth?
This is where we split up. She can't be too far.
So that's how it is.
Oh, what he looked
I
like
never
that.
imagined we'd gather the remaining details here.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase,
My God.
what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himeko, here they are.
Ah, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly in charge of the Land of the Exiles.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know us?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances. Please, allow me to formally introduce myself.
Gravekeeper.
Gravekeeper.
Oh my God. Are we
Life
in
in
sync,
Dreamflux
girl?
Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs.
You're too modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stumble upon this place, you're the one who takes care of them, guiding them back to the sweet dream, or showing them how to survive the wild dream chaos.
So, guardian of sorts.
Were you talking to me, Mr. Yang?
What?
On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you
What was
referring to?
that? Why was
We
that so
didn't come
awkward?
across any graveyard when we arrived.
They're actually just symbolic stones. But since you're curious, Mr. Yang, I'll take you there. But before that, you have an important guest joining you.
Robin.
An important guest? Who could it be?
The way she speaks.
This way,
so-
please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so
I love it.
watch your step.
Wow. Okay. No, 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 no. Yeah. Korean or English? Okay, lock
There she
in.
is.
Really?
Everyone sang so wonderfully. It's not often that I tried this music style.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these kids have made incredible.
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. It was you who brought hope into their lives. Life must be quite difficult for them in reality, I imagine.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave. But I've explored every corner of Dreamflux Reef.
It seems you truly are a child of the Harmony. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there, with her blind eyes, used to work at a nutrition center in the outer ring of
Used to
Penacony.
work.
And as for Gary, he's been living with autism since he was a child.
Oh, autism.
They're not old enough to enter the sweet dream managed by the family.
Oh, what?
If
Oh.
we compare people to birds, these kids are like fledglings with impaired
There's
wings.
children all over
But
the
in this
place.
dream, well, they can fly freely, even if they stumble along the way. And me, an old lady with no legs. Well, without this...
I'm glad that you found a new
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. But you know what? Emma and Gary aren't plagued by their insecurities anymore. No. And Carol is learning how to cope with her blindness. And Andy is livelier than ever. You see, in dreams, we learn how to live.
And should our feathers be damaged, then we share our wings with one another. There's no need to covet an illusory sky in dreams, because we have the right and the ability to fly towards a broader horizon.
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my disappearance caused quite the commotion out there.
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully aware of the situation in Penacony?
Ever since I returned to Penacony, my voice started to change, until it gradually faded away. At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment, but now it seems the root of the problem goes way beyond me.
The sweet dreams collapse. That memo keeper mentioned the same thing. So it's...
While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. But whenever I mentioned the anomalies in the dream, all the family heads refused to talk about it. Later, I discovered the secret letters from the IPC ambassador, which further convinced me that the land of the exiles, concealed by the family under the guise of death. A dream within a dream, where Penacony's past is buried.
Hearing you speak, it sounds as if your voice has made somewhat of a recovery.
I hate to admit it, but the harmony in this place resonates more broadly than within the Sweet Dream. It's regrettable, but the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, abandoned their... This is not the strong defending the weak, but rather the strong exploiting the weak. A world without equality won't ever be favored by the harmony. And naturally, those voices blessed by them have lost the ability to sing.
Could there be another force influencing the family's shift in philosophy, Miss Robin? Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another entity within the realm of the harmony capable of influencing everyone.
I'd heard about what happened to the Cienjo Alliance, but as far as I'm aware, the family hasn't faced any such external interventions. Regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the harmony represents. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Micah? I've decided to forgo my role, and never step foot on the Charmony Festival stage again.
Whoa. Oh.
Look here, brother. A little bird.
Oh.
Looks like a fledgling Charmony dove, but Charmony doves don't live here. So how did this little bird get here? Maybe its parents abandoned it?
It looks weak and frail. Why don't we find something soft and make a nest for it?
This place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us. We can put it on the wooden shelf in front of your window.
Okay. A bird like that must have a beautiful singing voice.
I'll ask the family head to build a cage for it.
A cage? But then it won't have the freedom to fly, right?
Let's see. What is it that has captured the attention of the two best interpreters of the Great One?
Oh.
To the point that they've forgotten how to enjoy their dessert. Oh, poor little thing.
I do.
Oh.
I don't want to lock it up in a cage.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered, and can't sing. It didn't come into this world just to be locked up in a cage. Birds belong to the sky.
That's quite the romantic idea. And what about you, a young scholar? Do you agree with your sister?
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it won't survive for more than a few days at best.
Ah, I see. It seems our little scholar is still a bit unsure. As you probably know, Charmony doves can fly through the air. We've seen this spectacle so many times that we think it's just something they can naturally do. But that's not the truth. Their ancestors were too weak to survive on the ground. So after countless attempts by many generations, one of them finally figured out how to fly. It soared into the sky and never looked back at the ground again.
So, you mean birds aren't born to fly, but they find a way to do it through their determination?
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it. So, what are your thoughts, son?
He's like, you're an idiot, bitch.
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen those birds crashing to their death.
Whoa, okay. Chill
That's
out.
an interesting perspective.
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself because I want it to live, no matter what.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer. Your insights are truly remarkable. And I hope they come true in their own way.
We will take good care of it. Won't we, brother?
Yeah. But, Mr. Gopherwood, there's one thing I don't quite understand.
And what might that be, my son?
What if
Freaky
this
ass
little
voice.
Charmony dove never learns to fly in the end? I mean, if there are fledglings in this world that can never fly throughout their lives, should we let them go back to the sky? Only to see them crash to the ground and die?
Well,
Talking in your sleep, Birdie? Time to wake up.
time to wake up.
You look a little unsteady. Need a hand?
I'm still alive?
His voice
Yeah.
is okay.
Happy about that?
Where is Robin? Tell me. Now.
I knew that was going to be the first thing you'd ask. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. She's probably walking around the streets now. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all, right in front of you is the guy who just stabbed you in the chest with a dagger.
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me your demands, lackey of the Watchmaker.
Why he sound like that?
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families.
Choice.
You are aware of my plan, and see through my fictionology. Time is running out, so let's drop the charades. I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd cooperate with you?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Penacony. Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine, you don't have to trust me. What you should trust is the sense of justice inside of you.
Goro Akechi?
Show me Robin first.
All right, as you wish. Here she is.
Huh?
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean, this lady will lead us to Robin, right?
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe an explanation.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak Family Head. Now, all the actors are on the stage.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier. The names inscribed on it should be familiar to all of you.
Rosalina and Tiernan.
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved Asdana, and their names deserve to be immortalized. Not just on this small stone tablet, but in the annals of history for all of time. However, today, the planet of festivities is nothing but sweet dreams. That heavy piece of history is all a distant memory. Just like that prison.
If their names are inscribed here, then that means...
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of Memoria, but she never returned. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long enough to witness the arrival of true peace. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect Asdana, Tiernan picked up the way of the Trailblaze again, and led the Letmoth family to explore beyond the system, only to be surrounded and wiped out by the swarm.
Though I had expected as much, the tales of these heroes truly are sorrowful.
true to the title of Trailblazer. They spent their lives venturing into the unknown. But what about this tablet?
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still alive. Here we meet again. Everyone from the Astral Express.
Chill out. But why did it stop like that?
Huh. The atmosphere sure is livened up with all these people in here.
We should suffer.
I brought Gallagher here. It's time to face the truth.
Well, I did my job. I gathered everyone here. Gallagher will explain the rest to you. Take care.
No, thank you.
Brother.
There's no need for words. You're safe, and that's all that matters.
Ooh. Wow, we look good together. Oh my god, I'm taller. No fucking way. Oh wait, am I? Here. We look good together. Heh.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business first. What do you say?
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family head, the crew, and the Stellaron hunters...
Oh? Is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the one behind all this.
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is
Ignored
indeed
March.
time to come clean on everything. The siblings already know what they need to, and they've made their choice. But you, Nameless, arrived a bit late. So it's only fair that I answer your questions. Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of Dreamflux Reef, the deputy of the Watchmaker, and the one who sent out that invitation. As Gallagher, the history fictionologist, I humbly extend my greetings to you all.
History fictionologist? So what, everything you told us was made up?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true. Well, except for the part about the family accepting me back.
Yeah, her delivery in English makes her sound more annoying when she says that.
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family, the Watchmaker, and Mikhail is true.
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the trouble of setting up this battle for the legacy. Inviting different factions, and stirring up a ruckus all over Penacony. Well, it all boils down to something very familiar to all of you. The Stellaron.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are no signs of contamination whatsoever.
You're totally correct. So, care to take a guess at what that means?
You're pulling her leg again!
The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. If you think of the memory zone as the sea, creating the land of the dreams is like filling that wild ocean with earth to make an island. To achieve this feat, without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata, the only way is to use a Stellaron.
What?
And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower. I'm sure you get what I'm hinting at. In Asdana, the planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster.
The planet of festivities itself?
It all started a long time ago. Back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. They faced countless challenges as they began building Penacony from the ground up. The Stellaron first entered the Asdana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such a power. And most heeded their words. But there are always people in the shadows with ulterior motives. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front lines. By the time a representative from the Montour System's family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been activated.
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest and played a part in building Penacony under the disguise of the Harmony. Those three eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark, sent out invitations across the universe.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb, becoming nourishment for the sweet dream. Confusion, laziness, and cowardice, weaknesses that plague humanity, were magnified and nourished by the family. Penacony became a new kind of prison, even more impenetrable than the previous one. Sadly, we realized this far too late. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought refuge in this chaotic memory zone.
Fiction
Over the
knowledge,
years,
what the fuck
I
does that
fabricated a
even mean?
meme within this dream for our use. Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster and draw them into Penacony to uncover the truth.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family is bound to reveal themselves.
So, the legacy is just a facade.
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case, where is the Stellaron now?
That's a question for Mr. Wings.
Mr.
The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers.
You silly goose.
Are you done talking? So, will you tell us where the Stellaron is?
It is the Penacony Grand Theater itself.
As I suspected, it's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the Sweet Dream. That's what turned Penacony into its current state.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood, the current Dream Master.
Well,
their
that
dad.
was easier than I thought. Did you conduct your own investigation already?
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person
Whoa.
who murdered my sister, apart from you, Gopherwood was my second suspect.
Confronting me first turned out to be a smart move on your part.
I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience with him. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me. And I didn't want it all to end like this.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, My brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, and were adopted by the family when they came to help. Mr. Gopherwood recognized our potential and brought us to Penacony. But I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood become an enemy of the Harmony. I won't use my voice to support an evil cause. I won't step on that stage and sing, no matter who the traitor is, or what orders they give me. I won't let the Charmony Festival become an event that destroys Harmony itself, or the paradise in our dreams.
Indeed. For the paradise in our dreams. As the head of the Oak family, I'm responsible for ensuring Penacony's promising future. Robin and I will head into the Sweet Dream and confront the Dream Master. And if it turns out that the family has truly strayed from the Harmony, I'll fight alongside you. We'll put the Charmony Festival on hold and make sure Mr. Gopherwood pays for his blood debt.
The enemies you are about to face aren't like this old dog here, who can barely even bark. Since our interests are aligned, why don't we team up? Maybe, just maybe, we'll have a shot at success.
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless predecessors, and there's no reason to stop now.
Yeah, we Nameless won't back down from a challenge. Isn't that right, Miss Trailblazer?
She calls me Miss Trailblazer. Nah, I'd surrender.
Come on, don't crack jokes at such a serious moment.
Rest assured, sitting on the sidelines isn't in our nature. Mr. Sunday, Miss Robin, I'm willing to accompany you on behalf of the Astral Express.
Thank you, Mr. Yang.
Thank you all very much.
I wish his voice was
The
Robbie
Charmony
Davis.
Festival is about to start, and time is against us.
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations. I may have been quick to step up to the plate, but confronting the Dream Master could be a very dangerous affair.
Huh? Even you're saying that, Mr. Yang?
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the Harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellaron in his possession.
Maybe you can just stay behind this time? Mr. Yang?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't quite put my finger on it. You're still carrying the keepsake the IPC envoy gave you, right? May I borrow it for a moment?
Oh yeah.
Huh. I knew it. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave to you, if I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you when needed.
Aventurine? Is he still alive? And
I
what
hope
does he have to do
so.
with our mission to confront the Dream Master?
Remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is if negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by going after the Stellaron, I'll use this transmitter to send a message to the IPC. The only question mark in all of this is Aventurine's current status. But the IPC is always listening, especially senior strategic investment department heads like him. Getting the message across shouldn't be a problem.
Good luck to you, Welt.
Well, you take care too.
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep.
Don't you have something else to tell us, Gallagher?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three Nameless in Penacony. We've already
he's
collected intel
legwork
about
'cause he
Brazelina
kicks.
and Tiernan, so the only one left is legwork, if I'm not mistaken. We've already
joke,
met
someone
him
else.
somewhere, haven't we?
It's not enough to say meet, but the answer is pretty obvious. After all, I've hinted at it in quite an evident way. I've been watching over you ever since I received the reply from the Astral Express. And I've seen the great effort you all put into linking different realms together across the cosmos. And now, after getting this far all in one piece, you have truly proven yourselves. Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got it?
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting life stories and extraordinary skills.
What? Hey, you can't just make up titles like that.
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please let them know that their friend has fond memories of his time aboard the Express, which he reminisces on every time he has a good drink.
Wow.
As for the last Nameless, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again, traveling in a great circle, ending up back where he started. On his deathbed, he told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future Nameless. He left behind a special gift, a true legacy. Something that belongs only to the successors of the Trailblaze. Come with me. Now is the time to reveal it.
If it's gonna be a while before Sunday, I hate him in English. Yeah. So silly of me.
またここに戻ってきた。
よ
みんな。
俺は時々あんたが死んだことを忘れちまう。あんたにだってもっと話したいこと、もっと歩きたい道がたくさんあっただろう。約束通り最後まで気にしてた後輩を連れてきたぞ。どうしてあの列車のことを忘れずにいたのかはわからないが、あんたがこの世を去る前に言った最後の言葉は覚えてる。俺たちを失望させるなよ、じいさん。
Huh?
何？どういうこと？
Oh god damn it. Surely I'll have a break in between. Oh, the big watch.
Go. 彼の終点はすぐ目の前の花園にあるピノコニーの最初で最後の七死人、時計屋ラグウォークシャール・ミハイル。
Oh, Mikhail. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. To be in EN or to not be in EN?
悪くねえな。いくらぐらいになりそうだ?
Oops. I feel bored.
He's just like that. 彼が残した遺産は一つの夢の泡だ。きっとその中には七死人だけに意味のあるものが保管されている。何しろ俺が中身を見ても 何も見つからなかったからな。
見せてちょうだい。
Oops.
あれ？どういうこと？この夢の泡、本当に何もないじゃん。一体どういうことなの？
やっぱりそういうことか。彼はいつも七死人に対してわけのわからない自信を持ってた。その計画の中には常に開拓が組み込まれていたが、俺はずっとこのじいさんが何を考えてるのかわからなかったが、このいたずらじじめ。まあこの人が何か手札を隠し持ってるなんて俺も期待しちゃいなかったが。
いいえ、ギャラガー。ミハイルはきっと一番大切なものを私たちに残してくれてるわ。
なんだ、まさかあんたまで理屈を並べるつもりか？
ミハイルが未来の七死人を信じたように、私たちも過去の七死人を無条件に信じてる。彼らこの夢の泡にはきっと何かが隠されてる。
俺は神秘の運命を歩む人間。人生哲学は何も信じないことだ。だから俺にもわかる。信じることが開拓にとって何を意味しているのか。俺も彼が何を残したのか知りたい。すべてはあんたらの腕次第だ。
あんたのペットを貸してもらえる？黄金の時に戻って無教ショップで確かめたいことがあるの。ミハイルのために、そしてピノコニーの未来のために。
ホテルレバリーへようこそ。ご用件を伺ってもよろしいでしょうか？
俺たちは請求列車の七死人。
請求列車？
ああ、仲間たちは先にチェックインを。
かしこまりました。
また予定が変わったんだっつーの。
こちらのお客様。
俺は請求列車に乗ったばっかの新人七死人。名前はタム。こいつは俺の仲間だ。俺たちがファミリーの正体に返事をしたのはこいつが列車に乗る前だったから、システムに記録はないと思うんだが、なんとか融通を聞かせられないか？
ああ、そういえば先にチェックインされた七死人の方々の中に前例がありますので、
連絡が取れないというのは？
申し訳ないのですが、私もこのようなことは初めて。
だったら部屋番号を教えてくれ。
恐れ入りますが、お二人の身元を。
じゃああんたが適当なやつを選んで。ベルトでいいか？
そちらも致しかねます。強制覚醒には厳格な使用規定がありますので。
あれもダメ、これもダメって。あんた一体どうしたいんだ？
He wants to sleep at the
俺と兄弟に
reception.
ここで座り込んでるってのが。
どうか落ち着いてください。
だが今は先に俺たちの身元を確認しないと。
確かに。
ベイビー、これ以上お役所仕
Why
事の
does
た
he
らい
say
回しみたいな真似は
baby?
やめろ。いいか嬢ちゃん、別にあんたを責めてるわけじゃねえが、でき。
お客様、お怒りをお収めください。あの時はオーク家の当主であるサンデー様が自ら処理してくださったのです。
彼女は俺たちを困らせようとしているわけじゃない。まずいかもしんねえな。さっき列車の中であんたも試してらが。俺は気になることがあるから少しここを離れる。行け、さっさと済ませて帰ってこい。仲間が行方不明になって炭鉱のやつも焦ってるはずだ。
炭鉱。
少し時間をやるか。心配は判断を鈍らせるからな。
I'm so silly. Why? I'm so silly.
조화의 축제가 곧 시작된대요.
야, 다들 좋아해 축제 때문에 온 거야.
일부러 찾아온 건 아니에요. 마침 타이밍이 맞은 거죠.
그 정도 축제는 우리 아나리아에 널리고 널렸죠.
허풍도 참. 좋아의 축제는 한 엠버 기원마다 열리는 축제인데.
그건 아니지. 이쪽도 한 엠버 기원마다 생일 파티를 할지도 모르잖아. 그보다 혹시 들었어? 꿈에 무슨 일이 생긴 것 같던데.
네? 무슨 일이요? 설마 좋아의 축제를 망치는 건 아니겠죠? 안 돼! 정말 오래 기다렸단 말이에요.
뭘 그렇게 호들갑을. 원래 이런 대규모 축제를 앞두고는 다양한 소문이 떠도는 법이라고요.
그럼 다행이고. 모처럼 성대한 축제를 즐기러 왔는데 사고라도 날까봐 걱정했거든. 이 베이비들은 아무것도 모르는 모양이고 괜히 기운 빼지 말자.
Baby. Says baby also. Why? He sounds right in every language, but he sounds sexy in Chinese.
你好，我是酒店的安保负责人猎犬。
哎，姐妹儿，给你扫听个事儿。我听说梦里出了点事，出了什么事啊？我可是专门从哈伊阿伊联邦赶来的。你什么都没听说吗？
虽然不知道您的消息从何而来，但请不要相信这些风言风语。各家系当前的最优事项就是确保协乐大典按时。
有你这句话我就放心了，不像是演的。也就是说，就连酒店员工也不知情。
If only he swore.
回来了？
他还没回来吗？
哎，是啊。我开始觉得放他去联系那星期日不是什么好主意。无论员工还是客人，都对梦里的情况一无所知。
我同意。还有件奇怪的事，在治理匹诺康尼的5大家系中，我在酒店转了一整圈。
他宝贝了个腿的。如果我没记错，那星期日不就是项目家系的家主吗？
Well, I can't hear at all what he's saying in Chinese.
此地不宜久留，先返回列车吧。
别轻举妄动，兄弟，打劫过公司吗？
你是要我们老老实实待着？
未必要老老实实，但先待着吧。他们不会贸然出手的，可不止我们在担心打草惊蛇。
如果我是家族，就会假借流程，把不确定因素拖在这里。
当然没必要跟他们耗着。我给那译者留了个备用计划，如果真的没办法进入梦境，他会在现实酒店的贵宾室给我留一瓶酒。
街头暗号。
没错，
一件物品确实能帮助译者与你建立联系，但波提欧先生，希望你以后能提前告知我备用计划的存在。
尽量，你就当是我的习惯吧。我有那么几个损友，要是把计划透底了，他们
我们要怎么进入贵宾室？
这算什么事？交给江湖智慧。
This is where my street smarts come into play. Okay, cowboy. So silly.
You can actually book a stay on credit, and the interest is surprisingly low.
You're the lobby manager, right?
Yes, I am. How may I assist you?
What the frick?
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system. The lady at the front desk said she would contact the manager, but now she's nowhere to be found. Now, we've been waiting here forever, without any food or water. What the fork, man? Is this how the family treats its guests?
What the fork?
Is this your idea of street smarts? It's called standing up for your
Nah,
rights.
he's assertive.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sunday. I'll arrange 2 premium seats in the VIP lounge so you can rest there while you wait.
See? Just like that.
Just don't call yourself Nameless.
Wow. This
Why is his
sparks
voice in
something
English like
else.
that?
Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Soul glad,
Good evening, gentlemen.
Holy baby.
I have an order for a bottle of Donna's White Oak. Can you help us find it?
Donna's White Oak?
Oh, no way. Are you sure you're not mistaken?
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all.
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo keeper couldn't afford it?
Then what should we do now?
No need to rush. Let's grab some drinks first. Let's see what kind of juice malts you all have here. Well, give me a glass of Heenum Valley, 40 years. I'll have it neat. No ice.
Wow, that's the most expensive one on the list.
It's on the house, anyway.
What can I get for you?
Anything you recommend is fine.
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's...
This flavor. Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Ooh, really hits the spot. Truly the finest sherry cask-aged malt juice in the cosmos.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Is that really something that humans enjoy?
Why does he sound like he's about to cry?
This guy doesn't know anything at all.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests, please enjoy.
Let's give the memo keeper another half system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime, let's take stock of the situation. What do you think?
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on the planet of festivities, but the public is unaware of it. Someone in a position of power within the family must be covering it up. It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the Masked Fools.
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. Regarding Acheron. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the Hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. I mean, who in the right mind would impersonate the Cienjo Alliance or the Galaxy Rangers? It's like asking for a death wish. Isn't there a saying among the Cienjo people that the Rainbow Sect lets their Lux Arrow do all the beating?
Talking. Do all the talking.
You know what
I hate hearing his voice in English.
Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. But that Acheron lady, she doesn't seem like a lunatic at all.
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my suspicions. Maybe she knows a Galaxy Ranger, or perhaps she's trying to lure us out for some reason, which I can't figure out.
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family. They've summoned followers from various paths for the festival, unless the invitations weren't sent by them.
Maybe it's Sheepei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it
Sheepei?
beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by humans at all. People do stupid things out of irrational impulses. They abandon their principles when self-interest is involved. They believe in things they know they shouldn't, and fudge. They even break their own rules. But Eons don't. They stick to their determined path and never turn back, even if they reach a dead end.
You think Sheepei's will is behind all this?
It may not necessarily be Sheepei. There's definitely some higher entity involved. It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the Hunt, or how the Express stays true to the Trailblaze despite Akavilli's disappearance.
But in my opinion, Akavilli's fall holds significance for the Nameless.
Oh. So you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility for their own choices because...
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just
The
about
big
following
club
a
over
path
here.
that's always considered absolutely right. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choices. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure out her true intentions. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the Memo Keeper doesn't show up. This is my final backup plan. I promise.
You sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a lot easier. By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any important-looking guests?
What's your plan?
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family.
No need for that. We'll return to the Express now.
Wait. Are you getting scared? Draw your weapon. Let's make a big scene.
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that as Donna's White Oak you just ordered?
Huh? As Donna's White Oak? But didn't you just say...
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guests.
Looks like your Memo Keeper friend has finally arrived.
Oh, right. Sorry, my memory's not the best. You know, too many modifications and all. Anyway, let me check. I'll be waiting for you on the Astral Express.
No mistake. That's her message to you.
Well, looks like we took a detour, but now it's back to the Astral Express.
God, I gotta wait.
You're back? Two guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill.
Two?
So I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Wait a minute. Goodbye.